Here's a situation most traders have been in. You buy a stock at 100 rupees, it runs up to 140 rupees. You have a stop loss sitting at 90 rupees, which made sense when you entered, but now feels like you're giving back 50 rupees of gains if the stock reverses. The right move would be to manually move your stop loss up as the stock rises, but that means watching the screen constantly. Miss the move and you're back to square one. This is the problem a trailing stop loss solves, and it's now available for GTT orders on Kite. In this video, we'll walk through exactly how it works, how to place one, and a few things to keep in mind before you use it. A standard stop loss sits at a fixed price. Once you set it, it stays there regardless of how the market moves. A trailing stop loss is different. It moves with the market when the market moves in your favor and stays put when the market moves against you. The core idea is something called a trailing point. This is the gap you define between the current market price and your stop loss trigger. As long as the market keeps moving in your favor, the stop loss keeps adjusting to maintain that gap. The moment the market reverses, the stop loss freezes at whatever level it last reached. Now let's look at how this plays out on both sides. For a sell stop loss, the trigger price moves upward as the market price increases. So if you're holding a position and the stock keeps rising, your stop loss rises with it, locking in more of your gains as you go. For a buy stop loss, this works in the opposite direction. The trigger price moves downwards as the market price falls. If the market drops, your stop loss drops with it to maintain the gap. But the moment the market rises again, the stop loss stays fixed at its lowest point. In both the cases, the stop loss only ever moves in one direction, the favorable one. It never moves in the way that reduces your protection. Let me walk you through two concrete examples. First, a sell GTT stop loss. Say a stock is trading at 100 rupees. You place a sell GTT with an initial stop loss of 90 rupees, that's a 10 rupee gap, and you set a trailing point at 1 rupee. As the stock price rises to 105 rupees, the stop loss adjusts upwards to 95 rupees, maintaining that 10 rupee gap. If the stock price continues to rise to 130 rupees, the stop loss moves up to 120 rupees. At that point, if the price pulls back to 125, the stop loss stays fixed at 120 rupees. It doesn't drop back down. Your protection is locked in at that level. Second, a buy GTT stop loss. Say a stock is at 100 rupees. You place a buy GTT with an initial stop loss at 110 rupees. Again, a 10 rupee gap, and the trailing point is 1 rupee. As the price drops to 95 rupees, the stop loss adjusts downwards to 105 rupees. If the price falls further to 70 rupees, the stop loss moves to 80 rupees. Now, if the price recovers to 75 rupees, the stop loss holds at 80. It doesn't follow the price back up. Now, let's look at how to actually set this up on Kite. Go to your market watch and hover over the stock or contract you want. Click on the three dots, and from the menu that appears, select Create GTT. The GTT order window will open up. At the top left of the window, you'll see the transaction type where you choose buy or sell, and at the top right, you'll see the trigger type where you choose between single and OCO. OCO stands for one cancels the other, which lets you set both a stop loss and a target in the same GTT. Trailing is available on both single and OCO orders. Once you're in the stop loss section, you'll see a checkbox that says trailing. Enable that checkbox. Right next to it is a field where you enter a trailing point value in points. For example, if you're placing a sell OCO GTT on a Nifty options contract trading at around 108 rupees, you might set the stop loss trigger at 87.1 rupees and enter a trailing point of 2.5. Once the trailing is active, the platform shows you exactly when the next trailing adjustment will happen. That gives you the full visibility into when and how the stop loss will move. For a buy GTT, the same window applies. You select buy as the transaction type, set your stop loss trigger above the current price, enable the trailing checkbox, and enter your trailing point. The order type in both cases can be set to market, which now includes market protection, helping ensure your order gets executed even during volatile conditions. You also set your quantity in the quantity field as usual. Once everything looks right, hit place to submit the GTT. There are minimum trailing point values depending on the instrument price and segment. Here they are. For equity instruments, trailing is only allowed on the sell side. On the NFO segment, which covers futures and options, trailing is permitted on both the buy and the sell side. When a trailing adjustment happens, both the stop loss trigger price and the limit price are updated simultaneously by the same trailing point value. They move together. If you manually edit the stop loss trigger price of a GTT after it's been placed, the reference price used for trailing resets to the LTP at the time of a modification. The trailing then continues from that new anchor.
Once a GTT has trailed from its initial position, it will show a trailed tag and a small up and down arrow on the order.
So you can tell at a glance that the stop loss has already moved.
You can also hover over the arrow to know by how much the GTT has trailed from the initial trigger price. You can view a GTT's details by clicking on its status or through the Info option in the 3-dot menu. Here you'll find all the order details along with the watermark price. For a buy GTT, this is the lowest price the stock has reached, and for a sell GTT, this is the highest price the stock has reached since the GTT was created or last modified.
Trailing stop loss is supported on NSE, BSE, NFO, BFO, and MCX. In terms of product types, it works with CNC, MTF, and NRML. If you have any queries, feel free to drop them in the comments and we'll be happy to answer them.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Brokerage will not exceed SEBI prescribed limits.